Let's make a 6-foot tall butter squishy. We're going to need lots of yellow paper, clear packing tape, 10 pounds of stuffing, scissors, a blue marker, a ruler, and lots of patience. First, I laid out 8 sheets of paper and it measures 6 foot by 1.5 foot. Next, I'm going to draw the butter design. And now I'm going to draw salted butter. Okay, I just got finished coloring it in, and now I'm going to tape the entire thing. I just got done taping it, and now I'm going to make the same template 3 more times. This time I don't have to write anything on it, so I can just start taping. Okay, all 4 sides are now done, and now I have to make the side pieces. This will be the top and the bottom part. Now all of the sides are done. Now I'm going to tape it into the template. It's going to look something like this. The template is all done, and now it's time for the fun part. I'm going to fold it into the butter. From time to time I pinch myself, so it's all assembled. Now I just have to stuff it. And now I have a 6-foot paper butter squishy. At 40K, I'll be making a 5-foot cheese. Let's make a 3-foot tall needle. First, let's grab a lot of paper. Let's make 6 giant squares. So this is about like 12 pages, and it measures 3 foot by 3 foot. Next, I'm going to take some tape and tape it all together. Okay, all 6 are done, and now we're going to color. So I just made the logo, and now I have to color the entire thing blue. So it's been like 4 hours, but I finally finished coloring, and I taped all of them so they're laminated. Now it's time to start assembling. Just like the mini needle in my other tutorial, make a big cross, except this one is way bigger. So I just flipped the whole thing over, and now I'm gonna fold it up and start taping it into a cube. Okay, all of the sides are taped, and now I'm going to add the stuffing. So I just added 10 pounds of stuffing, and it's still not full. So I'm gonna add another pound, and probably end up cutting pillows. This is literally crazy. It's so big, it's like a ball pit. Lastly, I'm going to fold over the top and then finish taping off the sides. After 7 hours, I finally have a 3-foot tall needle. Let's make a 6-foot Dubai chocolate paper squishy. We're going to need lots of brown paper, a lot of tape, markers, scissors, a lot of stuffing. I started by laying out 8 sheets of paper that measure 6 foot. I am going to measure just in case. Here's proof that it's actually 6 foot. Now I'm going to add the yellow and green designs. I don't really like how the yellow looks, so I'm going to go in with some paint. Okay, I think that looks a lot better. Now I'm going to tape the entire thing. Finally finished taping, and I left these two apart so I could add the film. Now I have to do the same steps again for the back side. The back of it is all done, and now I need to cut out pieces for the side. So I made these two strips, they're about 1/2 foot wide, and then this is for the filling. Now I'm going to color it all in. And boom, all colored. We almost have all the pieces, now we just have to do the side pieces. I just finished the final 4 pieces, and now it's time to assemble all of the pieces together. This is literally taking up my entire room. I'm gonna go fold the boxes together, and then I will be back. Here's how they're looking. And now I have to add stuffing to the insides. I'm gonna borrow some stuffing from my 3-foot tall Nido, since I ran out of fluff. I'm literally sitting inside of the Nido. I just made a video of me sitting inside of here. If you guys want to see that, I just posted it. Now it's time to stuff these. I finally got them both taped up and all fluffed. Before I tape them together, I'm going to do a squish test. Now I'm going to tape them together. This thing is huge. The last thing to do is to make a wrapper. I just taped 16 sheets of paper and drew on the logo. The last step is to tape it onto the chocolate. 5 hours later, and it's complete. Part 2 of testing paper squishy fillings. Make sure to go watch part 1 if you haven't seen it already. The first one I'm going to do is the pebbles. That one's actually so good. I rate this one like a 9 out of 10. The next one is slime, and as you can tell, it did rip the paper on the inside, so I think next time I should probably tape both sides. It is really good though, and I also think I need to add less slime next time. Let me know if I should try to remake this one. Next up is confetti. That one's really good. Honestly, this one was pretty good. I'm gonna rate this 9 out of 10. Next up is Floam, and I'm really excited about this one. Oh my gosh, that one is so good. That's like a 10 out of 10. It literally feels like an actual, I don't even know how to describe it, but this one is really good. This one is definitely a 10 out of 10 and my favorite so far. Next up is Play-Doh. Wait, this one actually might be better than the last one. This one is so good. I think this is the new favorite. This one's like an 11 out of 10. And last one is shaving cream. And I kind of just say this one for fun, but let's see. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. So I guess I'm just gonna squeeze the rest of it at this point. Alright, that one's like 0 out of 10. I'm definitely gonna be remaking more Play-Doh ones, and also the pebbles was kind of nice, and the Floam. Let's make 6 more jumbo dumplings. I have a pink one and a glitter one. I'm gonna make a red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. I'm gonna need lots of stuffing, tape, scissors, and some eyes. Let's start with the red dumpling. First, lay out the tablecloth and twist the center like this, and then secure it with a hair tie. You can also use a rubber band. Next, add some stuffing. Next, just fold over the sides and tape it closed. Here's what it should look like. Next, add some eyes, and then draw on a mouth, and then add some pink cheeks. Here's what it looks like. Now I'm going to repeat the same steps 5 more times. 4 more to go. They are finally all done. I even put the lid on top. I will be putting this in my 10-foot Nido house. If you haven't seen that already, make sure to go check out those videos. It's literally almost taller than me, and I'm like 5'5". Let's make a small cheese paper squishy inside of my 5-foot cheese squishy. If you guys are confused, go watch my previous video where you can see me building this. So I'm going to need paper, scissors, tape, a marker, and stuffing. First I'm going to draw the template. I forgot my ruler, but this is what I have so far. Now I'm going to cut it out. So I cut it out and then I drew the circles. And next I'm going to cover it all on tape. Next I'm going to fold it and tape it together. Looking like this, and now I'm going to stuff it. And now I'm going to tape the top of it closed. Here's how it turned out. Now I have a little cheese squishy, a medium-sized cheese squishy, and a 5-foot tall. I still need to make the jumbo cake, the dumplings, and the 10-foot Nido. What other things would you guys like to see jumbo? I'm going to add it to my collection. If you want to know how to make all of these, I have videos posted on my page. Let's make paper squishies for my mini fridge. If you guys are new here, I'm making a 10-foot Nido house, and I'm building stuff to go on the inside. I'm going to make stuff for the freezer and the fridge. First, I'm going to see if I have any that can go in the fridge. I have these Nido fruits that I made in my other video. I'm going to put them down here. I also have a Nido popsicle. I have a Nido ice cream cone. I have this squishy cheese. I have an ice cube. Now I'm going to make some more things. So I just made some ice cubes, eggs, a Coca-Cola, and some frozen waffles. I'm going to put all the ice cubes in here. Now I'm going to add the waffles. And now the eggs. And the Coke. And then lastly this butter that I got on TikTok. So that is the fridge right now. Let me know if you want to see anything else in there. Follow along for part 3. Let's finish building the Nido kitchen. I made a pan with some bacon to put on the stove. I also made a squishy cutting board and some squishy utensils. I have a wooden spoon, a spatula, and a knife. I also made 2 plates that are going to go in the sink, along with a fork and a spoon. I also made a dish towel for the oven. Here's how it's looking so far. I'm also going to add my Nido purse that I made in my previous video. Now let's make the floor. I cut out a stack of black tiles and a stack of white tiles. Now I'm placing the tiles down, alternating the colors. Now I'm going to tape them all together. It's looking so good now with the new floor in. I also have this box that I thought would be perfect for a little bread and bakery box. I'm going to add the squishy bread. I also have this sticky bread. On the next shelf, I'm going to add a strawberry sticky bread, this strawberry Pop-Tart that I made, a paper squishy cake, and the last shelf I'm going to add a Dubai chocolate and an angel hair chocolate. I just put it on top of the fridge. In my next video, I will be making the Nido bed. If you guys are still watching, comment this emoji. Let's make a 10-foot Nido house. Make sure to watch parts 1 through 10 where you can see me building all the furniture. First, I'm going to lay out a big tarp. Now let's build the structure. I went to Home Depot and I got 13 2x4 pieces of wood. So let's get to building. I just built the first side of the frame and now I have to make 3 more. This is going to be the bottom base and now I'm going to add the sides. So change of plans, the wood ended up being too heavy, so we went to Home Depot and got PVC pipes instead and a bunch of connectors. So we laid out a frame and now we're using PVC glue to glue the pieces together. Before we build the sides of the wall, we're cutting out a spot for the door. We're starting to put up the walls now, and we are building the top piece as well. After a bunch of trial and error, we finally have the main base. This part will be the door. Now I'm going to go buy 4 more tarps so we can cover the walls. Now I'm going to grab 4 more tarps. Perfect, then these will be for the walls. Part 2 will be out tonight. Day 1 of the 10-foot Nido house. First, let's make a Nido couch. I'm going to be using poster board, clear packing tape, stuffing, scissors, and a marker. First I'm going to make the bottom of the couch, so I have 2 big pieces, and then I'm going to cut out these 2 strips for the sides. So this is pretty much the template for the bottom, and now I'm going to fold it and tape it. I put the stuffing in, and now I'm going to close it. Here's the bottom part, and now I'm going to write Nido on it. In part 2, I'm going to be making a Nido fridge and filling it with different paper squishies like a Dr. Pepper, Coke, like stuff like that. Now let's make the top part of the couch. If you guys have any other suggestions on what you would want to see in the house, comment it down below. Here's the template for the top part. Here's the top part. Next, I'm going to make 2 armrests. Here are the side pieces. And now the Nido couch is complete. Follow along to see the Nido fridge. And thank you guys so much for 100K. Let's organize all my paper squishies. I'm going to start with all the bigger ones. On to the next bin. And then I also have a giant butter and a Lay's chip bag, a giant smusher, and a jumbo dumpling. I have made a Nido couch, a Nido coffee table, a Nido TV, and a Nido fridge. Now let's make a TV stand for the TV. I'm going to start by covering this box in paper. It's all covered in paper. Now I'm going to draw on a fireplace. I'm going to draw on some logs. And now I'm going to add some flames. Now I have a little fireplace. Now I'm going to add some more details. I'm going to put a door on each side. Here's what it looks like. Now I'm going to draw on some details. I'm going to add a knob on this side and this side. Now it looks a little more like cabinets. In the middle part, I'm going to draw an on and off button for the fireplace. Now it has buttons. On this side, I'm just going to write the Nido logo. Here's what it looks like all done, and now let's add the TV. It actually turned out so good. Let's build a 10-foot Nido house part 2. I'm going to be using tarps for the sides of the wall. Right now we're zip tying the tarp to the sides of the wall. This is how it's looking so far. Still have to cover this side and the top and this side. Now I'm making a sign for the front door. Now I'm going to tape it to the house. This is how the inside is looking. I also blew up 150 for 150,000 followers. The main house is all done. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the inside. I have a little window right here, and I put thank you for 150K. And then I wrote Nido and a little smiley face. Now I just have to add the furniture, so come back for part 3. This is all the furniture that I will be adding. I also have a bunch over here as well.